going? This is GundamLegacyExtreme, and I'm here to do a review on the 1-144 real grade Zeta Gundam. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. I'm actually shocked. I never expected we would get the Zeta Gundam this soon in real grade form. I thought it would take a long time because they would need to perfect the transformable inner frame, but they did it. They shocked me. They got it out actually really early. Doing a little box tour real quick. As you can see, here's what it's going to look like right out of the box, unpainted, all stickered. Animation going through its transformation into flight form or transformation into robot mode. Zooming in a bit more, got the showing of the inner frame right here. Some of the little details. And then just some posing shots. And this retailed for 3,000 yen, by the way, and it came out in November of 2012. Now, bringing the kit in itself, this thing just looks beautiful, and it's a little messed up in the torso. I'll get to my little nitpicks with him around the end. By the way, just to explain, this is part 1 of my review. As I said in my vlog earlier, this review will be broken up into 3 parts. Part 1 is just going to be the mobile suit itself. Part 2 will be the transformation, and Part 3 will be my final thoughts on the kit. But to start off with, the details on this kit look really, really nice. They went all out just to make this thing look beautiful. As you can see, you got some of the color, color division right here with the eggshell to the plain white. Got some yellow. Not very many variations in the colors this time around. It's really just certain areas of white are colored differently. No different shades of blue or red. As you can see, for the vents, I colored them titanium. Same with the vents right here in the barrel. I chose not to color the eyes or the forehead camera at the back of it. That way they can really shine when the light hits. I know that means the eye color is not accurate because they're going to be blue, because the whole piece right here is one clear blue piece that goes all the way even to the back of the head. But I really don't care for once. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the details. Posability wise, the Zeta Gundam itself is no slouch. His head can move fully up, down, left, right, forwards, and backwards. Though you tend to end up having to worry about that part right there. The yellow piece for the collar, it likes to slip around a lot. The thing that confuses me is this part right here locks into the arm, which limits its forward and backwards motion. I don't know why, but I guess it had to be done for stability reasons. Arms can rotate about that far before they hit into the binder right here. The shoulder piece, like most real grades, is its own separate piece, as you can clearly see. The vent can move in for transformation purposes. Arms can go out about that far, rotate at the bicep. Unlike the Masquerade, it doesn't have that little funny joint right here, and they can bend fully. Wrists can rotate and wiggle, and I have the fully closed fingers on. The waist, unlike the Masquerade, can actually go a full 360. You just got to be really careful about the binders, which again I will get into in a moment. Now here's where the articulation gets a little weird. The side skirt can move out, and the leg can go out just fine. And, the transformation joint just kicked in. No, don't move. It's on just a little ball joint right here, which clips in on here, which is very annoying to deal with, and I'm just going to keep it off. Now here's where the articulation gets wonky. the front skirt moves on a track right here, but as you can see, the leg is not pegged in over here, it's actually pegged in into the back, which again is, excuse that, which makes posing very awkward in the binder. I'll take these off and explain that later. The leg can go forwards like that, no problem. But if you want to have it posed with an angled leg, you have to twist the leg out, twist that, and then twist the bicep, and hope to God you don't move the transformation joint. Then you can get an outward leg posed like that. And by the way, as you can see, knees bend about that much. And if you really want a broken leg, but that just initiated transformation. Yeah. And the feet can go forwards and backwards, side to side, rotate a little bit. The toe can bend right there. And if I can get this back, the toe can bend right here. So, yeah, that's about it for his articulation, except I still gotta go over the binders. As you can see right here, the binder can move up and down. These don't really move at all outside of the transformation joints, which is right here. Now, here's where my problem lies with the binders. Let me just get the skirt back on. Think. Get that back. Now, this binder clips on right here. No problem. It's getting... yeah, that'll happen. Ignore that. This clips up right here to lock it in place, and then that locks there. It's getting these binders on that give me the nightmare. The easiest way for me to do it is I unclip it, and then I raise the main stabilizer up, and you have to clip these in right here. And you do it for both sides. Then you peg this back onto the ball joint, hoping you don't accidentally knock it off the track, and I'm not even showing you. You peg it into the ball joint right here, hoping you don't actually knock it off that, and then you peg it into the stabilizer. And then unpeg the stabilizer. No, not really. And there you have it. So yeah, that's it for the posability. Now before I get into the accessories, I just want to show one quick thing which is really cool that comes with the real grade Zeta. And that's this book right here. When I first opened it, I thought this was the instruction manual because I saw it like this. And I freaked out for a second. Then I flipped it over and I saw the title, Real Grade from Birth to Future. This is basically just a little book which shows all the real grades. From the shit that is real grade RX-78 all the way to the real grade Zeta Gundam, including the Skygrasper up there. And basically, going through this book, you see basically how each real grade was designed and whatnot, showing all the inner skeletons. And you only see 5 because there is only 5 inner skeletons for the real grade. You got the RX-78, you know, that's Zeta. You got the RX-78, the Zaku, the Strike, the Mark II, and the Zeta mold, and the Zeta frames. There's only, even though there are, excuse me for that. Even though there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 real grades, there's only 5 inner frames because the Skygrasper doesn't have an inner frame, seeing as it's not a mobile suit. And as you keep scrolling through the book, which has some really nice art, you eventually get to a page right here, which shows the new real grade, the Destiny Gundam. And the reason I just bring that up is because it's kind of funny that the next real grade we're getting is the Destiny Gundam, which is a remastering, which was supposed to be a modernization of Zeta. Anyway, bringing the Zeta Gundam himself back in. Time to go over his accessories. And to start with, what better to do than his shield, which is also his nose cone. It's got a joint right here to move around on. can slide up and down a little bit because of this thing, which I'm guessing are little missiles or the grappling hooks that he shoots out in the game. You take that off and it can go down all the way. You put that back on. Not that much, and once you lower the connector, pegs onto the arm like so. And let me fix his shoulder. Next up on the agenda of accessories are some of his hands, because I'll need them to show you the other stuff. Now, as you saw, he has the 2 closed fists on him. He comes with the standard real grade hands, which we all know how shit those are. Then, let me double check on the plate, since I stupidly didn't do that. Yeah, you get a splayed open hand, which I'm not using for once. And then you get the trigger finger hand. The trigger finger hand, you split it open, like so. Bring in the beam rifle. Moving track right here. Go up or forward. Flip this out for you know what. Lower that down. And you just peg this into the hand, like so. Close the fingers around. Bring him back in. Pop the stabilizer out of the lock again. And you just peg it into his hand like so and totally undo everything because you're stupid. You didn't move the arm in its proper alignment. And not realize you're supposed to rotate the arm all the way around. And there you go. Now he does have 2 beam sabers in the side skirt, just like the Master Grade. And what shocked me is that he comes with 4 sets of beams. And I know the exact reason why. He comes with the standard in high grade beams, which makes me really happy because I'm getting sick and tired of real grades coming with these things. Master Grade size beams. The only 1-144 kit that should come with Master Grade size beams is the double Zeta Gundam, which I can't wait for his real grade if they ever design one, which they will in the future probably. But this is for the beam rifle, because as we all know with the Zeta Gundam, he can use his beam rifle like a beam saber. And that's pretty much it for his accessories, except for, well, the action base connector, which I don't have a 1/144 scale action base for, and 3 other pieces of accessories, which I can't use in this form. So, yeah. Now, to end off the mobile suit mode review, what better way than just to do some quick comparisons? Raising my tripod up a bit to make this easier on me. Let's start with showing the predecessor to the Zeta Gundam, the 1/144 scale Mark II. And wow, that's actually a pretty hefty size difference, which I didn't know it had. But yeah. And it shows just where the Zeta Gundam went. We had a RX-78 looking mobile suit, and it is part of the RX line, the 178. And then we get to the Zeta Gundam right here, which is taller and can transform. Next up on the list, let's show its modernized comparison with the Age 2 normal. Once again, it's much taller, but then again, I think that's more of a high grade to real grade thing. But who knows? And just a stark difference looking back at 1983 design, or was it 1987? 1987, I believe, to 2012. And then, of course, I can't end this review without at least comparing it with its 1/100 contemporary counterpart. It's just really weird looking at these two side by side. As you can see, the reason I'm holding the Master Grade is because if I wasn't, thud. There's something about his heels. He doesn't have enough grip in his heels, and doing that jostled the beam rifle out of his hand. His heels are just too high for some reason, and he can't stand. No matter what I do, I cannot get him to stand unless he's leaning against something. And I was turning the camera the wrong way the whole time. Yeah. So there you have it. That is the mobile suit mode. Stay tuned next time when I review the Zeta Gundam in its MS mode. I mean, in its mobile armor mode. Peace. Now, before I do mobile armor mode, and I know a lot of you had probably commented about it, even though I put an annotation saying I know, I forgot about one accessory. You get the grenade packs. You put it in the arm like so, push forward. Well, you don't actually push forward. In the Master Grade, you push forward. You just reach with your nail, and it'd be great if I had nails to do this with. You pull down the hatch, and you have a pair of grenades. I totally forgot about that accessory. Okay, so originally I was going to put the, to record the transformation into its flight mode, but I'm very sorry, people, but that transformation is painstakingly annoying. More painstaking than transforming the Master Grade. And that thing's a chore to some people, even though I can do it in under like 2 minutes. But just give me one quick second. And okay. So bringing it in itself now, here is the real grade Zeta Gundam in flight mode, and it looks really, really good. And again, I'm sorry I couldn't show you, but it requires no parts forming at all. And that in and of itself is amazing. And excuse me while I'm futzing around with it, because there are still parts I couldn't get done right, but that in and of itself is amazing, that it does not need to parts form or do any form of parts leprosy. I mean, granted, I had to for my own sanity, disassembled some parts as I was transforming it, like I took the wings off, but I ripped the Master Grade in half to do the transformation. Now, you can put it up in an action base, but I don't have an action base 1/144 scale to show you, so instead I will show you the landing gear it comes with. You just take these parts right here, stick these in here. I believe this is where these go. I'm saying I believe, and I have the instruction booklet right next to me that I can just open up to look. But I believe these go here. Then you take, just like with the Master Grade, to put the Mega Particle Launcher, you take that one off, and you clip this right here. And there you have it. The landing gear on. You can now just sit there. You just fold these up for its landing mode. And now just to pretty much, let me pull the wings back out. I will keep the landing gear in because I'm not in the mood to futz with it. Here it is side by side with the Master Grade. And it's actually amazing that the high grade is more colorful than the Master Grade, because you got the black here, which on the Master Grade you'd have to paint on. Other than that, it's pretty much a 100% representation of the Master Grade, just in 1/144 scale. Which is shocking. And of course, to end this all, here he is next to the high grade H2 normal in its flight mode. I just figured I would do that just so you can see a difference. So, yeah. Now, as we watch it in its flight mode, because I am not in the mood to transform it back from flight mode, as we watch it spin around, it's time for my final thoughts. Now, going over some of the negatives. There are parts that you do kind of have to glue on, and you know my gripe about that. That thruster right here in the ass, I had to glue that in because that would fall out like there was no freaking tomorrow. The front of the thighs I had to glue on because they would fall off when trying to rotate the thighs. And I'm probably going to have to glue the eggshell colored parts on the biceps because they were falling off when I was doing the transformation. But other than that, that's pretty much all the parts I had to glue on. Another negative would be I would say the complexity of the transformation, but I myself like complex transformation kits. And I really like the Zeta's transformation, even though this one's a little more over complex. It can't be helped because you're doing a full transformation on a high grade that is starkly different from the old. I said high grade. You're doing a full transformation on a 1-to-144 kit that is. Excuse me if you see me speeding up the thing. You're doing a full transformation on a 1-144 scale kit that is much, much more complex than the old 1-144 high grade that came out years ago. Yeah, because for people who don't know, it was a fully transformable 1-144 scale high grade Zeta Gundam, but that was from the, I believe, mid 80s. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the negatives. On to the positives. It's a beautiful kit. Very fun to build. I built it in 3 days. That's because I was spacing out the build. Takes a long time, though. I mean, just to finish the binders, the stabilizer, and the arms and the weapons, it took me a little over 4.5 hours. So, if you were planning to straight shoot this guy in one day, be prepared. He's got a lot of accessories, and it's just overall a very fun experience and a very fun kit. Would I recommend it? I would not, nor can I recommend it for a newbie. Unlike some other real grades, or unlike most real grades where I normally wouldn't recommend it, this one you need to really be a expert modeler. Any Zeta Gundam outside of the high grade line, the high grade Universal Century line, if you are not an experienced builder, don't touch them. You will not have fun. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you found it informative. Stay tuned for more. I will have a lot more reviews, as you all saw in that from that vlog earlier, coming your way. And not to mention, go check out Hero Otaku. Link will be down below. I will possibly have some of my Gundam model reviews in written form, maybe, on there. Check out some of my fellow podcast members at Choco Anime News. Links will be down below. And go check out my Blip channel for Annie Talk. Episode 1 has gone up yesterday. So, yep, that's about it. And I will see you all at the next review. Peace.